hope the Wii Fit trainer gets stung by a beehive!
Smash is a series that's no stranger to putting out weird characters. The series had created characters to fill all the relatively normal roles by 2001, so it only makes sense that they gotta resort to some pretty unconventional gameplay mechanics to make new characters feel distinct. Or they could just make Byleth. But while this has led to some failed experiments and premium torture devices, I don't think any other character compares to the absolute mess of a concept that is Wii Fit Trainer. First question. What is she doing here? I get it, Wii Fit sold like 1 trillion copies on the Wii. I'm reminded of that fact every time I see a balance board at a thrift store. But does that really necessitate her inclusion into Smash? And does it really necessitate me, specifically, having to deal with multiple competent Wii Fit players in tournament non-stop for the last 7 years? And then the best one in America is a state south of me, like, oh, okay man, I'll buy the stupid balance board if it'll make y'all happy. What, should I be throwing salt over my shoulder too?
Yo, games? What the fuck?
The frequency at which I have to deal with this mannequin wouldn't be so bad if she played in a conventional way, but what the hell kind of archetype even is this thing? Seriously, I asked around for what people thought Wii Fit's archetype was, and half of these didn't even try. Bad. Asshole. Steve, if you think about it. Luigi. Mega Man boss. Homeless. Lame. Top tier. Zoner. Considering the only real answer I was half kinda sorta getting was Zoner, let's address that. There's a habit amongst Smash players to call any character with a decent projectile a zoner. Make no mistake, Wii Fit Trainer is definitely prone to zoning, but to describe Wii Fit Trainer as a zoner would be to neglect the rest of her moveset. And man, you do not want to do that. Wii Fit has a ton of tools to indiscriminately challenge people standing right next to her. What do I mean by indiscriminate? Well, here's Wii Fit's jab. It's a pretty benign hand chop with no reason for it to hit anywhere else. So why does it? Yeah, so in addition to hitting where you'd expect, the first hit of jab also has a hitbox on her back foot. Adding that one to the list. This is also the only part of her 3-hit jab that has a backwards hitbox, existing as like a backwards get off me tool, I guess? And the bizarreness of this hitbox's inclusion is a perfect microcosm of Wii Fit's whole deal. This chick has hitboxes in weird places. Forward tilt hits in front of her and launches people outwards, then her back leg sends upwards, and so does the space between her legs. You know, the air. Up tilt sticks her arm up. Ass also has a hitbox that sends at a different angle because she needs it. Down smash hits on both sides like a lot of down smashes do, and that made forward smash jealous enough to decide it should also hit both ways. But she still takes a step forward when she does forward smash, which neuters the range of the back hit, so what's the point? I have so many questions about her aerials. Why does Nair crunch in? Why is forward air a sigmoid function? Okay, if I pointed at every Wii Fit move, we'd be here all day. They look and behave really funky, but for the area they cover, they are fast, lagless, and fantastic at hitting for a lot of damage. Up tilt wasn't just a funny pose. It's also active forever and makes her attacking arm intangible. A really nice move to have should you, say, be dealing with a brawler player who doesn't know how to land without attacking. Catching someone with a Nair can start combos that tack on well over 60% if connected into itself at lower percents, or just lead to a kill outright at higher percents thanks to the first hit being extremely follow-up friendly. Forward air sends up and forwards, which leads to boom, 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 boom. Oh, and did I mention she has 3 combo throws? Forward throw can link into forward air at low percent, up throw into other aerials at higher percents, and down throw sets up for platform shenanigans. And just in case this much damage feels a bit underwhelming, don't worry, it can get worse.
Here we've seen JDB do wonders with that, but man, okay, we're seeing what makes Wii.
And hey, if she doesn't want to grab the shield, no problem, because she could also just break it in half because she smashes through shields like an artillery shell. As a result of all of this, standing in front of Wii Fit Trainer without a plan can be genuinely daunting. Far more daunting than it is against most of the other true zoner-type characters in this game. So, it might feel like a smarter idea to stand further away from her out of respect for what she can do. While her normals definitely don't help at this range, she's got plenty to keep herself busy with when she's not trying to fight someone off. Like use a charge shot. That's kind of bad. Sun Salutation isn't as powerful against shield as Samus, or as easy to approach with as Mewtwo's. Even still, it does respectable damage and heals her for 2% at full charge. And, for some reason, comes with a win box while she's charging. I straight up don't understand why this is here. Like, it can do things, but it's such a random inclusion for a move that it's perfectly fine without it. I guess it'll push people back for trying to grab her, and that's funny, so whatever. That's not all she can set up anyways. She's also got Header, one of the strangest projectiles in the entirety of Smash. The move itself is pretty simple. Wii Fit Trainer rises into the air, hitting the ball automatically after some time has passed, or by pressing B for a second time. It also has a spike hitbox on her head that she can use alone if the ball is already out, and okay guys, seriously, I'm running out of space here. The ball makes for pretty decent long-range spam and helps to shut down certain approach angles, but that's not all that it's good for. She and other fighters can hit the ball to send it flying back, also changing who gets hit by it in the process. And if Wii Fit would rather not get a concussion for headbutting a medicine ball 37 times in 4 minutes, she can cancel the side B by pressing shield, placing the ball on the ground and allowing her to hit it with other moves. This leads to the wide world of header setups, which is admittedly far beyond my scope of understanding, but it does make incredible use of all the random hitboxes tacked onto Wii Fit's attacks. I wish I could explain everything about this dumb green ball, but we'd never get anywhere if we did. Just know that if there's anything that keeps Wii Fit Trainer's player base drawn to her, it's the insane versatility and potential of Header. Well, either that or the performance-enhancing drugs. Deep breathing is one of the most disgusting moves ever put into a Smash game, which is impressive considering that I just finished talking about Header. Instead of being a direct attack, Wii Fit does a little timing minigame to heal 2% and receive a bunch of buffs. For up to 12 seconds, she takes 10% less damage, deals more damage, and becomes noticeably faster. If you're wondering why I'm not giving numbers for some of these, that's because the buffs are inconsistent. I'm getting another chalkboard. Using deep breathing within 40 seconds of her last one will reduce the strength and duration of the buffs, the degree of which is dependent on exactly how long she took between deep breaths. But even at the move's weakest, I think Wii Fit could get by with a 20% damage boost for 9 seconds instead of a 25% damage boost for 12. Oh, also, if Wii Fit dies, then the 40-second timer is reset and she gets full strength buffs from deep breathing again. Have fun trying to stay alive every time this character respawns! Anyways, if there is ever a move Wii Fit wants to use before closing the gap on someone, it's this one. It makes her already really scary damage output even scarier, and it can be the difference maker in doing 70% from zero or just outright killing. So, Wii Fit Trainer is good up close and she's good from a distance. Was she designed to have any weaknesses? Well, not if you play Ganondorf, but for the rest of us, there is a whole area between these two spots that we haven't talked about yet. The mid-range. If Wii Fit isn't standing right next to her opponent, those tilts of hers aren't gonna do a whole lot. So, she's gotta close in, okay. So, Wii Fit doesn't have much to close the gap with. Actually, scratch that. She has almost nothing to close the gap with. Dash attack and grab work, but they can be far from ideal, since they're pretty laggy and don't cover that much space. Jumping in with an aerial sounds like a logical high-reward option, but thanks to Wii Fit being one of the floatiest characters in the game, as well as her aerials just being, fucking weird, this actually takes her quite a bit of time to do. Enough time for the opponent to see what she's trying and hit her for it. Alright, if closing in herself is too difficult, then why doesn't Wii Fit Trainer just lean on her projectiles to force the opponent to approach? Okay. So, Wii Fit's full screen spam is fine. The projectiles do some good damage, but if we're being honest, they're really only good at disrupting other characters who are also trying to do their own stuff. If she's dealing with a fighter that's only occupied with looking for openings, that's when carefree projectile use starts to become a problem. First of all, uncharged Sun Salutation is almost never worth it. It can be a decent option when the opponent is well past kill percent, but if she wants any serious firepower behind it, there needs to be at least some charge to it. And trying to get that charge without any space is ill-advised. Second, Header at mid-range is perhaps one of the most exploitable moves in the game. The fact Wii Fit rises into the air gives it a blind spot that is just begging to be run under. And pressing B to hit the ball earlier just makes this problem worse. Basically, if Wii Fit Trainer's opponent ever decides to run in at the same time she wants to use header, she's gonna die. This is the core of Wii Fit's issues. Despite how scary her damage output is, she has nothing in her kit to easily manage people standing at the mid-range that doesn't carry an incredible amount of risk. Meaning she either has to risk it all or give up space to safely throw more garbage. And honestly, it doesn't end there for her either. There's also how she handles... Okay, it is at this point that we need to park the bus and talk about landing options. Landing options are essentially any attack or tool a character has to cover themselves from an opponent's struggle. This might be a long-lasting and lagless aerial that hits below the character, a sideways attack to keep people at bay, or a silver spoon that lets its user never know hardship. Looking at Wii Fit Trainer's aerials, we can see one move that works like this, and it only works for people behind her. Wii Fit Trainer has what is likely the worst set of landing options in the game. Yes, even worse than Little Mac. At least he's a fast faller with a counter. Everything Wii Fit can do is either a back air that kills if the opponent decides to land on the wrong side of her, or passive mix-ups like header that are just trying to get their opponent to miss an attack so she can actually get down. Everything else is either a crazy specific setup or requires player 2 to be catatonic. I'm not saying that she can't land with neutral air or forward air or down air, but with how short-ranged and short-lived these moves are, it's hard to call them strong landing options. Now, I should clarify that among the laundry list of buffs Deep Breathing grants, it also increases her fall speed, putting it more in line with the average fighter. This helps her navigate her way down from juggle scenarios much more effectively, even if they don't fix the issue of her having no good moves to land with. It's not exactly great to have to use what is ideally a designated kill mode as a means of getting down, but with how hard of a time Wii Fit can have in these scenarios already, she'll take what she can get. Having no good landing options generally forces characters into one of two options: retreat to a platform and try and get down bit by bit, or go all the way off stage and try to make it back to neutral from the ledge. And the ledge is, well, it's an interesting place for a Wii Fit Trainer to be. First off, nothing prevents Wii Fit Trainer from setting up off stage as if she was playing from long range. It's a scenario where being floaty actually helps her out quite a bit here, since it allows her to charge a sun salutation or activate deep breathing without falling out of range of the ledge. The fact she can set up out here also encourages her opponents to go off stage to stop her from getting free buffs, at which point, every Wii Fit Trainer main turns into my upstairs neighbors. But header is without a doubt the absolute MVP of Wii Fit's offstage game. She can use it to stall herself, try to get some free damage on an unsuspecting opponent, and even throw a projectile off ledge without leaving it. Hell, that last one is so good that Wii Fit players will just go to the ledge to do it sometimes. At the same time, some Wii Fit mains out there are really bad at showing restraint. And wow, is this move punishing if it is overused. All of these traits lead to an honestly really strange disadvantage state for the character. She can punish impatient opponents overextending really easily, set up all of her powerful options against reserved opponents without being bothered, but against opponents that are even remotely normal, know what to look out for, and are smart at picking their battles, Wii Fit Trainer begins to struggle immensely no matter where she is. And I think all of this is why Wii Fit Trainer stands out to me as one of the most bafflingly designed characters in Smash history. You have this character that carries all of this power, all of this potential to do unreal amounts of damage from near or far, and simultaneously lacks consistent ways to get to those points against anyone who knows where to stand. At least other characters that want distance to set up also come equipped with at least a few reliable scrapping tools. Meanwhile, Wii Fit hitboxes are so small and stupidly placed that she can struggle to hit or even grab anyone with a decent crouch. If there's one thing Wii Fit is always going to be, it is volatile. Different characters often live in entirely different worlds from one another when it comes to fighting her. Play a heavy? Congratulations, you take 80% every time you get hit. Is your fighter prone to turning into a pancake at will? Have fun winning the game off of your landing animation and getting a full combo that drags her to the blast zone. Despite all of her weaknesses and the dozens of strange design choices that went into this character, seriously, what the hell did they put in her tech roll? She makes for some pretty good entertainment. Anytime she's on screen, you can trust that some bullshit's about to go down, whether it's from her or against her. I just want to stop having to be the entertainment. Please, bro. I played like 80 cents against this character. Can I please fight someone normal? I would do anything.
Everybody give me 10 squats. Everybody give me 20 squats. Everybody give me 50 deadlifts. Now everybody give me 100 pull-ups. I want 15 hanging leg raises. Now everybody give me 20 chest flies. Everybody go to the house of my ex-girlfriend Alice J. Clark. She moved as a result of my early